it's Molly from the Sassy Apple, and recently I had a friend reach out to me asking for some help with her second grader's spelling. That got me thinking about the things that we need to consider when we are teaching spelling. So I've narrowed it down to 4 things, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get started. Plain and simple, our students need to know how to spell so they can be better writers. They need to be able to communicate effectively, and a page with a whole bunch of spelling mistakes is not going to do that. So the days of giving the list on Monday, having it be homework Monday through Thursday, and assessing on Friday are simply over. We cannot simply give students a list of words to memorize. It has to connect, it has to make sense. So let's talk about what to do instead. So the first thing that we need to take into consideration is where our students are currently with their skills in spelling. So where do I start? Well, you need to start with an assessment of some kind. This one is free from Words Their Way. I just Googled free spelling inventory, and it increases in difficulty as the list goes on so that I can figure out exactly where I need to begin with my instruction, which leads me to consideration number 2. This one is the most important one. Spelling is not an isolated instructional activity. Spelling should be intertwined with your daily explicit phonics instruction. So you might use a phonics program already, like Foundations. That's something that our school used. And so I aligned my spelling list with exactly what I was teaching in Foundations that week. This helped everything be connected, make sense, and gave my students more understanding of why words were spelled a particular way, and it gave them more in-class practice. So make sure that everything is aligning, and you will have a lot more success with spelling in your classroom. Next question is, how will you differentiate? So we need to take in consideration our students are going to be in various levels of spelling needs, and you will know this by your assessment that you've given them already. You have students that still need to work on short vowels. You might have students that are ready to go on to more advanced vowels. But we don't want to create 10 different spelling lists every week where students are working on all different skills. So how are you going to differentiate when it comes to spelling? Well, it makes logical sense to have varied levels of spelling lists that are working on the same skill. So for example, if you're working on short vowels, you have a group that's working on CVC words. You might have a group that's working on short vowels with blends or digraphs, and then maybe in a more advanced group who's ready for 2-syllable words with short vowels. So they're all working on that same central skill, which is short vowels, but in varying levels of challenge that's appropriate for their skill level at that time. I have these spelling lists already made up for you. 36 weeks of spelling lists. It comes with a pre-test list and 3 levels that all focus on the same skill. Totally done. So if you want to check those out, I will put a link below. The fourth and final thing you need to take into consideration when you are planning for spelling in your classroom is how will you provide daily practice. Something that I've done in the past that I'm guilty of, and I'm sure that other teachers are too, is that I assigned that spelling list on Monday with the expectation that they were going to practice at home till the test on Friday. I've realized over my years of teaching and as I learn more that that is not an equitable practice. I need to provide practice in school for every student every day. So I stopped doing random activities for word work, and instead I have the activities aligned to the spelling patterns that we're working on. So they work alongside with their differentiated list, and they can choose from a wide variety of activities. If I can, we sit down and we do this as a whole group first so that they know what the expectation is for the activity. I have a resource with 50+ spelling activities, and also includes these spelling activity menus. So if parents are asking for practice at home, I can send this home with them. But it's something that we do in school every day so that it is fair across the board and that some students aren't, getting all the practice and other students aren't practicing at all. We're all practicing every day as a WordWorks center in school. All right, so that wraps up my 4 considerations for when you're teaching spelling in school. You need to pre-assess so that you know where your students are. You should connect your spelling instruction to your phonics instruction so that there are clear connections and students are getting that explicit direct instruction every day. You should differentiate by using various levels of challenge with your lists that are focused on the same skill, and you should provide daily practice in your classroom, not assigned as homework. So those are things that I think are crucial to success and effective instruction with spelling. If you're interested in learning more about any of the resources that I've discussed in this video, I've linked them in the description below. And as always, you can come visit me over at thesassyAppleTeaching.com for more teaching tips, ideas, and activities. Thanks for watching.